80% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their bank account as the housing market reaches its tipping point. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. We're just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, we have some massive issues circulating right now in our U.S. housing market. We have some massive issues circling with the U.S. economy. And friends, this is an alarming situation that we're entering right now. I hope you're seeing what's going on out there. I'm pretty sure you do. If you're new, like I said, subscribe right away. This one's getting a little bit serious. We've been reporting on a lot of the things that we can heat map and temperature check, just taking an honest, level-headed, realist perspective of what we can expect. I mean, the reality is, friends, is we got to get out of the problem and in the solution right now. This is the tipping point, the razor's edge. The dust is settling. It's time to pay the piper for what just happened through a health pandemic and an overstimulated economy. We're seeing the repercussions of that right now. So we're going to have a talk today. We're going to have an honest talk. We're going to have a level-headed talk. We're not going to, sugarcoat anything. I mean, this is not the time to be sugarcoating anything. And the realities are, friends, I mean, this is an alarming statistic, isn't it? 70% of Americans in the richest country that's ever existed, the richest country in the world, where we just stimulated an economy and sent free money out to everybody, have less than $1,000 in a bank account. 70%, friends. That is alarming to me. That is alarming. We've talked a lot about this. As a trained salesman, I realize that a lot of this is going to come down to the psychology of people and the psychology of sales. And I don't know about you, friends, but we've talked about this before. Just like the herd mentality transpired in the buying euphoria of this housing bubble that was produced, not organic growth, it was produced. People are starting to show herd mentality again, but it's quite the opposite this time. Instead of racing out to buy, they are recessing. Listen, friends, insane. I live in a very, very wealthy area here in America in Southern California, loaded with millionaires. The average home price in this city is $1.5 million for an average house. That is insane, my friends. Pre-pandemic, $800,000, which already seemed incredibly high to me. 1.5 is our average home sale, friends. The median home price is well over $1 million. Insane. So now, I don't know about you, leave it in the comments below. People are starting to recess, even people in this city that have money. People, even myself, listen, I drive by the gas stations, you see like the Chevrons or the Shells, these people that charge the most money for gas. And then you drive by these fuel depots or some of these off-brand gas stations, maybe they're 30, 40, 50 cents a gallon less. And you will see absolutely no cars in those Shells and Chevrons and a line into the street to save 50 cents a gallon on a tank of gas. Friends, are you hearing what I'm saying right now? Let me repeat. Even the rich people, I'm seeing the rich people lining up to save a few cents a gallon on gas. And they can afford to go pay that price. They're not doing it. They're starting to recess. Scary stuff, scary stuff. Myself, and I don't know about you, when I go to the gas station now, like if I see a huge line, I'll gas up later. And then, maybe I'll time my gas around hours where, I can get in and out efficiently. And even now, when I'm filling up my tank, I see it hit $100. I'm stopped the madness. I'm not even filling up my tank. And I can fill up a lot of gas tanks, but I'm not. Why? Because people are starting to recess. Because why? Everybody else is. This is a perfect storm, the recipe for potential disaster. And like I said, this comes down to mainstream media Everybody now is just so afraid of what's going to happen. And so, like I said, congratulations to anybody that's stuck with this channel. I know it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for me as well. It's been very tricky, to say the least. I do my best to turn on the camera and go. I don't water these videos down. I don't edit. In the past, I used to do a lot of bubblegum edits and flowery edits, marketing myself to sell houses. And while I'm still happy to help people with their real estate needs, I understand I have to put people's needs before my own at this time. I'm very fortunate today. I want to see you guys all win in real estate, and I know you will, but it's not going to be by buying in the height of the biggest real estate bubble ever recorded in world history. It will be buying outside the bubble. Like we've talked about, you can never time the bottom of a real estate downturn. But one thing we can do is time the top, and you're in it. Why, you ask? I'm about to tell you. Insane. Anytime you see a market manipulated artificial growth come out of left field, out of nowhere, to all-time highs in all-time record speed, that is the top of a real estate bubble. When you see those appreciation rates stall where we're at now, that is the top, my friends. We are at the top. So there's only one way for this one to go at this time, unfortunately, depending on how you're looking at it. Like I've said from the beginning of the channel, I just felt like saving cash was the most important thing to do at this time. To insulate yourself, to be able to weather a storm, to save your money for a rainy day. Save it for whatever you want to save it for. I just firmly believe right now is the time to be a level-headed realist, playing it safe, temperature checking and heat mapping everything. And now people are starting to wake up to that fact. My fear on this one is currently the 70% of Americans in the richest country that's ever existed in the history of the world don't have $1,000 in a savings account. They are living paycheck to paycheck, fixed incomes, whatever the case may be. And inflation is not transitory. It is not going away overnight. It is here to stay for the foreseeable future. This is slowly going to have a trickle-down effect. Not everybody is on the same economic scale. Certain people will start falling. Like I've reported personally, I believe this, and I'm on record saying this. You can go back. I urge you to reach back into earlier videos to understand how we got here and some of the temperature checks, heat mapping, and the psychology that we use to understand where we're headed and prepare ourselves so we're not blindsided by what's a lot of people are about to be blindsided right now. They are talking around the table right now on how they're going to get through these times. Listen, friends, like I said, people are lining up into the streets to save a few cents a gallon on gas. People are, I don't know about you, I drive a lot, and I don't drive nearly as much as many people out there in America right now that are forced to go to work and back and forth every single day, filling up at least once a week. The biggest, your biggest expense right now is gas, food, and housing. Those have always been our biggest expenses, and they have now gotten to unsustainable levels. We can't sustain this anymore. The punch bowl is being removed. The rug is being pulled as we speak. The only way to calm these markets down is to raise interest rates to borrow money, and that is happening right in front of our faces. The challenge with this one is if you raise interest rates too quick, what happens? You spook the markets and they will in fact collapse. Unfortunately, the only way to save this economy is really to collapse it. We have to get back to ground zero. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result is what? The definition of insanity. We can look back at the last housing bubble and what happened. This one is behaving in the exact same way. Doesn't matter what puts you in a real estate bubble. The facts are we're in one. That's all you need to know. You're in a real estate bubble. You are living in historical times because this bubble outpaced the last bubble, and the way it was produced was market manipulation. That is not good, my friends. That is not good. Like I've always said, if this was organic growth, normal appreciation rates, I would be here talking about home renovations and property management and a lot of things that we could be doing right now with our purchases. The only thing we have right now lagging behind is supply. and supply is about to catch up with demand as this inflation continues to rob people. Again, we will hit the tipping point. In final thoughts today, friends, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate professional, as a level-headed realist that wants to see you win in real estate. I know it won't be by buying in the height of a real estate bubble. I know it won't be by owning your primary home. It will be investment properties. I'm hoping that you're going to take a journey with me moving forward after we can temperature check to see how deep cycle this recession reaches, what kind of price drops end up coming. I've already reported I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these huge developments start slashing prices and liquidating homes in droves by the end of the year. It's realistic, friends. This is not a pipe dream. This is actually something that can happen. And at the level of probability now is growing every single day. We see these markets just teetering on a razor's edge, and people are stuck in these markets. Please don't get stuck in these markets. Insulate yourself with as much cash as humanly possible. Then we're going to temperature check, heat map this one, and head back out. I promise I'll always do my best to be here for you. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to message me there. Other great channels linked in the description that have supported me and I've supported them, including but not limited to my good friend Dan over at Allegedly, Market Mania Canada, and many, many others I think you would enjoy. If you want to get on or off market with your real estate, an email is in the description as well. I'll be happy to assist you with that here in the USA. Again, thank you for your time today. Please go make it count. I'll see you on the next video.